Well, good Friday afternoon, private practice success community. I hope you've been having an awesome Friday and welcome to the end of the week, which of course is the end of the weekend. So as we wait for people to hop on live so that we can have some engagement and some interaction, what I'm going to do is share this live stream in my Facebook groups. So, computer, let's speed up. My computer, my laptop here that I have, where I'm sharing it in my groups, are having a bit of a go slow today. As you can see, there's not much happening. Come on. There, something's happening now. So how was your day? My day started with doing the school drop-off. Then I went for a run. I should probably say, when I say went for a run, it's probably more like a jog and at times a bit of a shuffle. But I do leave the house for around about 40 minutes and I do walk, running, sprint, walk, run, sprint. It's a bit of interval running that I do to try and build up my fitness. Came back, had a shower, and then I got stuck into some really great stuff. And what I did today, and I really kept it for today because it took a big chunk out of my day, is I went through my masterclass manual. So that's like a thick manual that I take the guys through that attends my masterclass weekend workshop, and I updated everything. So I went from the start to the finish, and there's just over 60 manual pages, and then I think it went up until J. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I can't do the ABC in English. I need to do it in a different language. But anyhow, and then a bunch of attachments. Because things change in private practice. Things change in the allied health industry. Things change in how I do stuff. There's different types of funding out there. So it's really important for me to, and I try and do this really at least once a year, but sometimes I need to do it depending on how many things have changed, once every 3 to 6 months, where I go through the masterclass manual and make sure that it is as up to date as possible. So my next weekend workshop is of course taking place the end of May, and so I basically updated that in anticipation of that weekend that is coming up. So let's have a look here. My computer is not game at all this afternoon, so I will try one more time. If you are here with me live, please let me know that you are here. Just type in hey, hi Gerda in the comment section, because then I will know that you are here. Let's see how we are going. Not much happening over here. Hello, I wonder who we have this afternoon. All right, so what we might do is we might just get stuck in, and then what I will do is share the recording in the groups. All right, so today is of course part of the 90-day vlog challenge, and today is vlog number 30. No, not in the 30s, we're in the 40s already. It's vlog number 49. I cannot believe that we are so far along. Let me just close this here because it's making funny noises and movements. So the topic for today is the question, does a fully booked diary equal financial success? And I actually decided on this topic because as I went through the masterclass manual and I got to Secret 4, which is all about why good, even great, even the best, most highly skilled and most highly experienced clinicians in any of the allied health professionals will still go broke. Okay, and the reason is because they don't keep their eyes on the numbers, because as allied health professionals we are helping professionals. For us it's all about the person. It's all about the person, and it's all about helping, and numbers doesn't really come into it until you actually sit and you need to pay your bills. Then you go start thinking, oh, do I have enough money? Can I pay this? Can I pay my team? Can I pay myself? That type of thing. So it is so important for us to learn as helping professionals that the numbers play a very important role. And together with that is that sometimes practice owners that don't like looking at the numbers will look at their practice diary. So they will look at the practice diary and they'll go, yeah, things are running pretty smoothly. You know, I'm fully booked, or my practice is fully booked. And then they think that they will have enough money when the time comes to pay their bills, to pay their team, to pay themselves, to invest back into their practice, all that type of stuff. And very often, and people, you know, they don't tell you this, they tell me, because I get to speak to them either in a small group during my workshops, or I get to speak to them one-on-one when I do my private consults with my private practice success clients. And they will tell me, you know, I've got a fully booked diary. When the admin team looks at it, they think we're doing really, really well. Hi, hello. Hussein Dad, is that how I pronounce your name? I'm not sure, but welcome and good afternoon. And they say, you know, admin team might look at the diary, the clinicians might look at the diary and go, geez, the practice are doing really well, we're so fully booked, maybe it's time that I go and ask for a pay increase. But meantime, back at the ranch, there's no money in the bank. It happens, all right? And there's a very important concept called cash flow. Now, for the first couple of years in my practice, I knew about cash flow, but I didn't look at it at all. For me, it would be log on to Westpac. Is there money in the bank? Yes, cool, I'm good to go. All right, so that's easy and that's okay if you're in solo private practice and you only are there to look after yourself, pay yourself, and you are responsible for the bills. But as you grow to a level 2, 3, 4, and 5 private practice, your responsibility as a business owner really grows, and it now is extended towards your team, whether that's your admin team, whether that is your clinicians, be that employees, be that subcontractors. And you have a responsibility towards your clients, because if you are not managing your practice profitably and from a responsible fiscal perspective, there won't be a practice in 6 to 12 months time. There won't be a place for clients to come and get the help that they need. All right? So it's so important. So you might be wondering, why does a fully booked diary then not equate to financial success? Well, different reasons. Very often, I find practice owners make the mistake of overcapitalizing. You know, you can do that at home. You know, when you buy a house and you decide, oh, maybe I'll put up a shed, maybe I'll change the single garage into a double, maybe I'll add an extra spare bedroom for the in-laws, and it needs to have a bathroom as well, and maybe we'll put in a swimming pool for the kids because these Queensland summers are just so warm. And then you will find people like friends and family starting to go, don't you think you're overcapitalizing for your suburb? So it really means that you are investing and incurring expenses more than what you're going to get back should you sell your house. And a lot of practice owners does that at their private practices. So they overcapitalize where they might want the perfect practice right from the start, which means that they put so much money into buying assessment kits, into making sure that the place just looks lovely. And I love that, you know, you have to make sure it looks lovely. But they might go from a 1-room practice to a 5-room practice and not even have the team or clients to sustain that. They might have 3 team members but 5 rooms. You know, so stuff like that happens. Or they become what I call top heavy, where they employ too many admin team members. They might have a receptionist, but they're scared of doing the marketing, so they employ a marketing person as well, or they outsource stuff. And you know, I'm all for outsourcing, but it has to be in balance. And then of course you've got those practice owners that are so desperate because they are really busy, they've done well, they're excellent clinicians, as I said, so they've built up an awesome reputation, they've got doctors referring to them, word of mouth referrals coming in, they've got this wait list that's starting to build, starting to put that pressure on their shoulders, and they just want to hire someone else. They know they've got that dream and that vision of having their own business and their own practice, but they didn't realize, you know, it's going to happen so quickly, or they were just too busy seeing clients every day to actually start thinking strategically, proactively, long term, because again, first and foremost, we are clinicians, and then what they do is they quickly hire people, and because they're feeling desperate to get those people on board to look after the clients, they offer to pay the other team members too much. Okay, so a lot of solo people that I've spoken to will appoint their first clinician at like 70%, and sometimes that will be a very inexperienced clinician or even a new grad, because they just want this person to come on board. And unfortunately, you cannot build a business if all the income is going out the door. Okay, you need money to pay for your overheads, for your operating expenses, all that type of stuff. So even though you have a fully booked diary, it doesn't mean that there's going to be money in the bank, as odd as it seems. Obviously, another factor that comes into play is that sometimes practice owners, you know, don't look after their expenses, or they might, let's say, you know, sign up with Telstra for their phone bill, but they don't do the research again when their contract is up to find out, is there somebody else that can give me a better deal? It's almost like what I have done in the past with my health insurance, where you sign up and it's set and forget, and every year it just renews. So what we do, for example, every year, once the books come back from the accountant, we look at what the expenses we look at the benchmarking figures that our accountant gives us, that says, you know, what does the stats say about what percentage, let's say for an allied health practice, of the income will go towards rent. Let's say that is 25% on average. If ours is 20%, we go, awesome, we're doing well. If ours are like 45%, we're going to go, oh geez, we're paying too much. You know, and we need to do something about it. And that's just an example. So you consistently need to review your income. All right, so important. So do not be fooled by a full diary. If you are the practice owner, you still need to look at the numbers, and you need to start doing a bit of projections. So let me ask you this. If I ask you, how much does it cost you every month to run your practice? You should be able to immediately tell me, not guess. You should know it costs me $15,000 to run my practice, or it costs me $40,000 to run my practice every month. You should know what that running average is. And then you need to go, okay, if I know that that is what it costs me to operate this business, how much money do we need to get in? Okay, and then that's when you start to drill down into those figures, because sometimes you might have the volume of people in the sessions, but if you're not charging enough and getting enough in, or you may be charging enough but you're paying it all out to subcontractors because you haven't appointed them from the start on the right level, you're going to be stuffed, basically. All right, there's so much stuff that goes into this. I mean, it's a reason why it's one of the 7 secrets, because it's really important. And, you know, I can speak one day, a full day, just around the secret and how important it is. And I know it's hard for us as allied health professionals to think of what we do in terms of money, but I want you to remind yourself that if you don't do it, you won't have a practice. That's just what it is. All right, you won't have a practice, you won't have a team, you won't be able to do your life's best work. And a lot of group practice owners that come and go, good, I really need to do your masterclass because there's something I'm not doing right, tell me that, you know, they've been in multiple times in a place where they went, you know what, it's going to be better for me just to close the practice doors and start being a solo practitioner again, because it's too hard, it's too stressful, and I don't want this risk and responsibility anymore. Until, of course, I talk to them, because they haven't set stuff up right from the start. They've gone well, but they reach a glass ceiling, and the only way that the practice can grow more is if the principal works more. Okay, and we don't want that. As a principal, as a business owner, you want a business that can operate in your absence. You want the choice, that freedom and flexibility, and it is possible. You just need to know what to do, and that starts by asking for help, by reaching out to other people in the same position. And it's part of why I do what I do, to break that industry isolation mold, because those people that I talk to, they had nobody to talk to about that other than their spouses, and the spouses, you know, don't know how to problem solve that for them. Some spouses get frustrated, other spouses want to problem solve it for them, but not in the way that the practice owner wants it done. So it can be a very complex and very sensitive process, but it's really about consistently working on your mindset around numbers and around money, and knowing that if you want to do your life's work and make a difference in people's lives, then you're going to have to look at that type of thing. All right, let's see if we've got any questions. No, we don't. As I couldn't share this in my Facebook groups whilst going live, guys, and if you are watching this recording, please continue this discussion in the comments section. As you know, I always come back to it, and I will answer all your questions and comment on any thoughts that you might leave. Now, before we get started on the weekend, what I want to do now, and I need a bit of a drum roll, is officially announce that registration is now open for my first Get It Done residential retreat of 2017. I say first, it might be the first and only, I don't know. The second half of the year is normally pretty hectic for me, both in terms of private practice success, the psych professionals, and then of course kids and all the school functions and all of that stuff that's happening. So I don't know if I'm going to run a second one. So the Get It Done residential retreat is taking place on 22, 23 and 24 June. So how's this going to work? You arrive on the Wednesday, which I think is the 21st. Okay, check-in is after 2 p.m. You will come, you'll arrive, you'll settle in. At 6 o'clock, we're going to have welcome canapes and cocktails, followed by dinner. Then you're going to have a lovely rest and sleep in your accommodation, in your own room, if you booked one of those rooms. And the next day, we're going to start getting stuff done. And it's going to be 3 full days of getting things done, whatever it is that you want to do. This is not a structured workshop type of setting. What's going to happen is once you register for the retreat, I will be in contact with you. I'll ask you to send me your top 3 things that you want to work with. If you change your mind, if you're like me, you change your mind between when you email me and the retreat, that's fine. I've been in private practice for 10 years. I've run multiple workshops and courses and programs. I can do and help you with whatever you bring on the day, but because I'm a structured person, I like to be prepared, and sometimes we might want to go do stuff, get things for you, that type of thing. It helps if I know beforehand what you want to work on. So we want to make sure that you get those things done before you leave. Of course, over the 3 days, you'll be spending that with me, with my principal, Frankie, that runs my 2 practices. So I think, you know, if you're a practice owner of a group practice and you have that long-term vision of potentially hiring your own principal psychologist, I think this will be an amazing opportunity to actually pick Frankie's brain, talk to her about what it's like working with me, and how it is to be in that role, how she finds it, what she needs, you know, that type of thing. So you can actually come and do a lot of research over those 3 days around having a principal psychologist in your practice. The pros and cons, I must tell you, I do not know of any cons of it. I've just been privileged enough to have a lot of pros to that situation. Hi Daniel, thanks for joining us. Be sure to watch the first part of today's live vlog, because that was really important, Daniel. So I'm just telling everybody about the Get It Done residential retreat that is happening in June. So yes, as I was saying, you get me, you get Frankie, and you're gonna get Tracy. So Tracy is my numbers guru. So we've just spoken about numbers. We just discussed how important it is. So Tracy can help you with stuff like calculating your break-evens, you know, running your KPIs in your practice, setting up your power diary or your zero, how to do debt collection in your practice, how to really systemize it, anything related to numbers. That's what Tracy can help you with. So we do that over the Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and then the Sunday checkout is at 10 a.m. and then you can return to your hometown. So it's going to be really, really amazing. Accommodation is included, catering is included, your time with me and Frankie and Tracy is included, and I might actually have one person joining us as a professional to help you. So for now it's still a secret. It's like 90% confirmed that this person's going to be there. This person is my right-hand person for a certain group of tasks and activities that I need to do in my practice and in my business, and this person works in an area that is of vital importance for us as practice owners. So 90% chance, as soon as I know it's 100%, because I don't like to promise and then have to go back on my word, I will let you guys know if that is happening. So this is potentially a once in 12-month opportunity to come and really take time away from your practice and work on what you need to get done. I personally, the reason why I believe in doing a retreat, the reason why I'm doing it, hi Carla, thanks for joining, hope you're well, is that I have personally attended a lot of retreats. I guess compared to most people, probably the biggest retreat I've attended in terms of days away from home and investment was not last year, the year before, November. So last year was 2016. So November 2015, I attended a 5-day residential retreat. So I also had to fly. I actually had to take 2 flights to get to my destination from here, and I was there for 5 days. The investment I had to make to go, and I almost wanted to vomit when I said yes, because I couldn't believe I was saying yes, was $8,000. So I paid $8,000, and that was just for the retreat, not just for the going there for the day. So I had to still pay, you know, my own accommodation and my own meals whilst I was there. It was basically just to be with the specific mentor and coach, working on specific stuff. So it was really scary making that investment at the time, but I know myself, and I know that when I've got skin in the game, I will implement, and I then will get results if I implement. So over those 5 days, I guess to use metaphorical terms, that 5 days gave birth to 2 of my programs, because I was able to get away from the practice, to get away from the kids, although I love them so much, get away from all my daily chores and stuff that I need to do, by getting away, you know, from all that list of things that I wanted to do, and go, okay, for these 5 days, I had 2 top things that I wanted to do, and just focus on that. That's the beauty of it. And during those 5 days, I created my mastermind group that I'm now running for the 2nd year in a row. That is very, very successful, and I created an online program, an 8-week online program. It's actually my online marketing program that is now in its 5th round. So the return on investment for me was just like immense, and that is my goal for you with this retreat as well. The investment to take part in the Get It Done residential retreat is not nearly as much as I had to pay per day. That was just crazy, but it was still worth it. You know, every now and then you need to do something crazy if you know that you're going to get results. And did I really know? Well, I knew that I'm going to implement. Okay, I knew that if I'm going to go and pay that money, I'm going to do something about it, because I don't have the money just to throw that away. The retreat that I will be running, I really should be charging double what I am charging. It is very, very, very affordable for what it is that we are offering. There are various different price points based on the accommodation that you choose. So there's like a superior king room where you're the king of the castle, so that's a bit more expensive. We've got queen rooms and where you get your own balcony, and then we've got rooms, deluxe rooms, where it's a two bedroom suite, so you have your own bedroom but you're in the same, I guess, general area. And then we've got one room with 2 single beds, and that is the lowest level of investment. But it is at the beautiful, wait for it, where's the venue? Yeah, nobody asked me where the venue is as yet. It is here in Brisbane, and it is at the Mount Cotton Retreat. It's a beautiful place. It's in the rainforest. It is just super, super beautiful. Beautiful is the only word I can come up for it. I love nature. Yes, I love the ocean, but I love nature just as much. And I would love it if you could join me. I'm so looking forward to helping you, getting stuff done and getting set for an amazing 2017. I'm going to leave it at that for now. My kitties are probably on their way home. Their dad went to collect them from school so that I could speak to you guys. Please, if you've got any questions, any comments, leave it below. I'll come back and I will answer all of that for you. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow as part of the 90-day vlog challenge. And remember, as always, all you need to do is say yes to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.